Good morning, YouTube viewers and subscribers. So today is yet another very special day for me. I just so happen to have a large Saito twin cylinder engine here, which is the Saito FA-300T. This is a customer engine, not my engine. It was sent to me to potentially replace the bearings on. If nothing else, just add it to my database, which I'm more than happy to do. So this engine actually is a glow engine, but it's fitted with a ignition system, a CH ignition system. It's a rather old system, but what I want to do is, I've never run an ignition system before on a glow engine. Never run a petrol engine with ignition either, so this is all new territory for me. I was told by the owner of this engine and the ignition system that it operates fine. So in the last week or so I've had this engine, I've done some reading, a lot of research, trying to get up to speed on this. I think this is going to work. I was told this engine ran fine and the ignition was fine, so we're going to see. But I'm going to stop right here and take a handheld shot of my setup here for Greg, since this is your engine, and kind of show what I've got going on, and hopefully we'll be successful in getting this thing to run on ignition. If not, I've got glow plugs that I can install in the engine and run it that way too. So let's take a closer look at my setup. Okay, so here is my setup. Here's the engine. Now I've removed this scale from my static thrust bench here, and I've kind of semi-securely with foam padding secured the ignition system. And Greg, you can see I've got a JR 1500 milliamp hour 4.8 volt nickel metal hydride battery pack to provide power to the ignition system. I've got a meter here just in case I need it, and I've got the ignition system set on this switch. So that's my setup. I've got my 7-pound or 8-pound sledge in the back of this stand and secured with my beach umbrella screw so that this stand doesn't go anywhere. The last thing I want to show here is that, let me zoom in here, I have the sensor tack glued in place here. Now this is exactly the position it came in, so I'm hoping that this is operational. So this is how our setup is right now, and I don't think I mentioned that I'm actually going to be running 5% Omega fuel, and this is a Master Airscrew 20x6 or 28 prop. Let's do our quick check of the environmental conditions here before the run. For those out of the country, let me switch to, find the button so I can switch to Celsius. And now let's try and give this thing a shot. Okay, so let's try and give this a shot. And if you're wondering, yes, I do have a few nerves about doing this. Just for safety, I'm going to unplug the battery for priming. I've got this in the wide open position, full throttle for prime. Let's see if I can reach in here and do this. Now it does have a prime choke mechanism. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah. Ooh, feels like it's a bit over primed actually. Want that. Okay, let me get my glove on and plug the battery in. Woo. Okay, so as you can see, it ran. Now, the reason it was such a short run was because I've got a very small tank on here, for several reasons. Because I just do, and I wasn't planning on running it for too long, at least to try and get familiar with it. So I think I'm a little bit familiar with it. In fact, it was funny because my switch was already in the on position, which I didn't think it was, and as soon as I plugged it in, I heard the ignition pop. So I kind of had a feeling it was live, and it didn't take much to fire it up, as you saw, and it does run pretty well. I'm probably going to fill the tank up and do another run here. This freaking goddamn tachometer, for whatever reason, was just not seeing the RPM at high speed. And as you saw in the video, I'm not going to edit this video, as you saw in the video, I sat there and screwed with the positioning of this damn thing several times throughout the whole goddamn run, and I really didn't actually get to enjoy the run because the freaking tachometer wasn't working. It was showing fine at low speed, but high throttle, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just the lighting conditions or what, but just wasn't doing it. But this engine is a freaking monster, and kind of scary, but it ran really good. And like I said, I'm going to fill the tank up again here and do another run and see if I can't get this damn tachometer position a bit better. But anyway, Greg, your engine runs, and because of this setup, there's inherently some vibration and noise, so I'm not really sure if I really got to assess the bearing situation or not, but the engine does run. It's a freaking beast. So thank you for watching. Out of gas again.